We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Yep, here we are. It is Tuesday, February 8th, and it is time for Game Day 716. We have Noah and Todd along with Game Day CJ, especially Game Day today, since we have games to talk about and his favorite kind of game. So we're going to play some Scrabble today. Just kidding.
Scrabble.
What's the one that's so much better? That's a version of Scrabble, but so much better. Upwards, where you can just put one letter on, and it changes the word. You put it like over the other letter.
I've never heard of that game. I believe you that it exists.
Google it and show it to our guests. Upwards.
Upwards?
Yeah. That's a terrible version of the game to show people.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. 1997.
They want $79 for that?
Because it's from 1997.
That's hilarious. So here we go, viewers. None of you. This is what Upwards was. It existed. It showed up in your Game Day Noah. Okay, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Upwards. See, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. You could put like a letter.
Yeah, I've just never heard of it.
Like where it's
I believe it
fall, and then all you need is a B.
Ball.
You can create ball, or you can create bill, like dollar bill.
Yeah.
Not like a guy named Bill, because I don't think they allow that.
All right. Well,
welcome to Game Day 716. We're glad you're here. Lots of giveaways today. Noah broke my favorite pen.
I'll buy you a new one.
You better. Those are a good kind.
I know they are. I didn't mean to break it.
You broke it. You're taking it with you.
Okay, fine.
That's probably why you broke it. Anyway.
All right.
No vacancy at the end. FL. All of the head coaching changes have been made. Yeah, something like that. So we have new coaches across the league, and all vacancies have been filled. So let's go through them really quick, and then we'll talk about them. So the Saints hired Dennis Allen, who was their defensive coordinator. The Texans hired Lovie Smith, who was their defensive coordinator and assistant coach. The Dolphins hired Mike McDaniel, who was the offensive coordinator for San Francisco. I was about to say the Eagles. The Jaguars hired Doug Peterson, former coach of the Eagles, and current coach of the Jags. Kevin O'Connell was hired by the Vikings. He is the Rams offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Offense or defense?
Offense.
Yeah, that's what I said. So Brian Dable, of course, was hired by the Giants. He comes from Buffalo. Josh McDaniel is another AFC East hire as a offense coordinator from New England, who they might have replaced already.
No.
Joe Brady.
Joe Judge, you mean? Yeah.
I was joking.
He's just an offensive assistant.
Oh, okay. Matt Eberflus. It's Eberflus.
Yes.
Yeah. He was hired by the Bears. And Nathaniel Hackett, offensive coordinator of Green Bay, was hired by the Broncos. So now that they're all full and a third of the NFL is reworked. Where do we stand with these changes? Any of them good? Any of them bad?
Start us off, CJ.
Honestly, probably the most surprising one was the Lovie Smith one. Just because, I mean, dude's been there the whole time. Like, why wasn't he decided on earlier? You know what I mean? Like, that was weird to me.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and then probably one of my favorites has got to be the Miami Mike McDaniel's one. I think he's a good coach. I think he'll actually be really good there. I don't know how well he'll work with Tua at the end of the day, but I think
he said he's all in on Tua. So
yeah, I mean,
Like they
I
all
guess
are.
you got no other options this year, right? So like you're not going to go in the draft and try to replace him. So
yep,
makes sense. But those are my two. The one was surprising, and the other one was probably my best pick of all those ones was the Miami one.
Yeah. I really like the Miami one. I think Mike McDaniel will be good for them, offensive mind.
Shanahan tree.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Giants getting Dable. If they're gonna stick with Jones, bringing in somebody who's creative offensively as a head coach probably isn't the worst idea to try to get your offense going. Where you had 3 wide receiver touchdowns last year
with not awful wide receivers though.
And you
I know they all got hurt over.
You gave Kenny Galladay a 4-year, $70 million contract,
and he gets hurt. But
he also had no touchdowns even when he wasn't hurt.
He was hurt though for a while,
but he still played in like half a year.
So I've grown warm on Doug Peterson and the hire for him, and then also I like what the Vikings did with hiring McVay tree, who comes from whose tree does he come from? McVay. Shanahan. He's a Shanahan tree. Walsh. And so is LaFleur, right?
Yeah.
So
so is Mike McDaniel.
Right.
And so is Kyle Shanahan.
Right.
They were all on the same roster in 2013.
Same coaching ranks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just read that Mike Caldwell, the linebackers coach for the Buccaneers, is going to be the defensive coordinator in Jacksonville. They said he served under Bowles since Bowles got there. So just found that out. We know that the Giants hired Wink Martindale to be their defensive coordinator, and we know who they already took away from us as their offensive coordinator. They signed Webb. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tom Brady has said he might not retire. He might think about it. Never say never is what he said, right?
Right. Yeah. We'll see, I guess.
Never say never. Like what you don't think so?
What?
That he's retired for real? When he's coming out,
I don't
out
know,
already
man.
and
He's
saying
Tom Brady. Who knows?
Saying never say never. You don't think it's like I'm gonna steal your ploy. You don't think it's like a ploy to skip
I'm sure
OTAs?
I mean, I was making a joke when I said that. I'm sure if he wanted to skip OTAs, he could skip OTAs. But I don't know. It's Tom Brady. Who knows? I'm surprised he even retired now. Why don't we get back into the coaching hires? So we all have one we liked. So what do we think was the worst one out of all of them?
Doug Peterson.
Can you bring the
I did.
Can you bring the graphic back up for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So here we go. These are the coaches again. We have. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which out of all those, which do I like the least?
Yeah.
I almost have to say Chicago or
Yeah.
Vikings, just with what they had. So my Vikings thing comes from I thought that they had one of the most complete rosters on the for the coaching hires that were coming in. I felt like they had one of the most complete rosters, right? And I think we had talked about that.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of anticipating somebody with a little bit more of a track record going there. Like to me, that Peterson he'd be perfect there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would have loved that probably even more for him as opposed to Jacksonville, just because Jacksonville's management has been a nightmare over the years.
True.
But yeah, so I would say the O'Connell one or the Chicago, the Bears, that would be my least favorite.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't like Chicago's hire. Why are you bringing in a defensive guy when you have a young quarterback who you have to, I don't know. But
Has he named a offensive coordinator yet? Do we know? Because we know we got Joe Brady when they wanted to get Joe Brady. Luke Getsy.
that's from January 30th. So yeah, he was with the Packers.
Oh, so they stole the Packers
Quarterback coach? What was it?
quarterback coach or something?
Yeah,
Wide receiver coach?
Luke Getsy. Yep, Packers
Passing
quarterback
game
coach.
and passing game coordinator.
Yeah. Okay.
Under his tutelage, Aaron Rodgers has blossomed into.
Yeah, I'm sure it was his tutelage.
Yeah, I was gonna say he wasn't much before that guy, and man,
I know. He was what, the 20th draft pick, or I mean,
how long was he there for? How long has he been there for?
7 seasons, it said.
Okay.
well, I guess if you're gonna hire someone, you might as well try and get someone who's
Worked with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and can say at least maybe if you have a cocky quarterback, hey, do you know who I am? Kind of thing.
Do you think Justin Fields is going to cocky?
I thought he was. But then I read he wasn't, and I was very surprised.
Well, him coming out preseason and saying everything looks slow
Yeah, I think that's what
was something that kind of
What
stuck
made
in
me
my
think-
craw.
Well, then he walked it back and was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I lied.
well
Yeah.
after he realized he was wrong.
They played a
Yeah.
first real game. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't like the Eberflus hire either. Only what's the right way to say it? I feel like he was good as the defensive coordinator in Indianapolis and should have just been left alone.
He got fired too. Like it wasn't like
Well,
he
it was
left.
after the last Jacksonville game, right? So they
Yeah.
lost that game, and then I want to say because they got out of the playoffs, they fired him.
Yeah. It's just a weird hire. I don't know.
I mean,
if
it
the
is weird.
options- I don't know. I don't really like McDaniels. I don't know.
That's a wait and see. That's kind of a pause for me on McDaniels. Because I'm curious if they're gonna like replace David Carr or
Derek, but yeah.
yeah, either one. If they're gonna replace Derek Carr or not.
Yeah.
And I'd rather see him work with Derek Carr and see what he can do and show if he's really a quarterback whisperer.
Yeah.
Because of what he did with Mac Jones.
Got him to the Pro Bowl.
Got him to the Pro Bowl.
He got intercepted.
But he also did the gritty.
Yes. Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
You could show it if you want.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's kind of funny. So are we done talking about coaches, or like, I mean, the Bills hired Aaron Cromer as their line coach, who was their old line coach.
That was let go because he beat somebody up.
because he beat somebody up and called a little kid names or something.
Yeah.
But hey, it's funny because he's now back
Well,
with the Bills.
He came from LA,
Right.
and he was their run game coordinator and their offensive line coach there.
Yeah. So they were saying
Should
that
be
would
pretty
help
good.
with Dorsey.
It should. Yeah.
You know,
That should take some stress off of him.
right?
To be
Because
able
he's
to
an
have somebody
experienced
like that.
guy
Right.
who knows the run side of the game and that kind of thing. So I think that's good.
Okay.
Well, I talked about Wink Martindale, right?
Yep.
How do we feel about that? Giants going to a 3-4.
He's a good coordinator. I think it'll be good for him.
And he was in Baltimore, right? That's the Baltimore guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised they got rid of him too. You know, I know that their defense wasn't as good, but they had so many injuries. And
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. I just felt like he'd been solid for the past 5 years, 6 years. I mean,
Yeah.
a long
Yeah, I
time.
mean,
You know what I mean?
They were in like the top 5 for scoring defense for the past couple of years, except last year, where like you said, they were decimated, especially at cornerback. They're like no.
But
Yeah,
think
all
about
the
how
guys went
big
down.
of the position that is to lose top two starting cornerbacks, which I want to say they lost Humphreys and they lost Peters, right?
Yeah, and then I think they lost somebody else, and then I think they lost one of their safeties. That was
They
really
did
good.
lose one of their safeties. I remember that. And then
It was like
it just makes your
Mhm.
D line, which has been really dominant for them for years, and they lost Judon, right? So I guess that hurt.
Yeah.
But their D line was always getting after the quarterback, and when you don't have those guys in coverage, being able to give the line a little bit more time to get there, you see that it's a lot tougher.
Yeah, because I mean, Calais Campbell had a really good year for them. He had a pretty solid year,
Well, I think they came out and said that Queen has not done what they wanted him to do. And they might be looking into getting a replacement or a competition in there for him at linebacker.
Kind of makes sense, I guess.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
I mean, I think even with the injuries though, like your defense was still really bad. So I think you still.
He's talking about Campbell.
I know.
I'm talking about Queen.
Yeah, he's talking about Queen. I'm saying with Queen.
Oh, I thought you said with okay. Go ahead.
No, with Queen. I was saying like it does make sense for them to want to say that because it's like, yeah, you had all these injuries, but your defense was still so bad.
Yeah, and he was the number one, right? First round pick, as far as I remember, late round, but first round. And
yeah, he was in the first.
He was an LSU guy, right?
He hasn't been as dominant as a lot of those other middle linebackers you see in the league nowadays, who are just studs. You got Warner, you got Leonard, you got
Parsons.
Yeah. Oh, I've loved him since he came. I thought he was. I loved him.
I think the Bills should do with Edwards or Edmonds what they did with Parsons. Make him a hybrid defensive end / linebacker.
Does he have the wherewithal to play line though?
Not Groot. Sure, he's a middle linebacker.
I almost feel like Parsons had played that position before.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? I don't.
Parsons is also kind of built that way too.
Right. I thought that's what he did in college. And maybe I'm wrong, but I thought he did kind of both, kind of similarly.
It's possible. Yeah. I thought Parsons and Edmonds were built almost the same.
Well,
I want to say Parsons. I don't know. I don't want to say.
I think you'll be surprised.
Micah Parsons is 6'3", 245.
Okay, so Edmonds has got to be right there.
Edmonds is 6'5".
Okay.
250. Sorry.
Wow.
It wasn't there right away.
Yeah, that's incomprehensible, but for a linebacker.
Yeah. That's pretty good to have as a guy who can be a hybrid, I know he played outside linebacker at Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has some idea.
Right. But you would
Yeah.
also think he has some idea in coverage, and
Yeah.
he
Oh yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah. Well, shit. I mean, after that KC game, I don't know, man. I don't know
Yeah.
about any of the linebackers, but I
Yeah.
guess it's KC. I keep telling myself it's KC, right? Nobody can cover
Right.
him.
Right.
Would you guys take phone calls on Matt Milano?
Yeah.
I'd take a phone call, but you better give me like a
Something.
second rounder.
Right. At least.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's priced
been...
well. Would
Well,
you
that's
trade
what I'm
Patrick
thinking.
Queen for Edmonds?
No, not right now.
No.
Trying to think of an older guy that might, like, somebody might want to get rid of, like that, because Edmonds is a little bit younger still, right?
What'd you say, CJ?
I was just trying to think of an older guy that someone might want to get rid of.
Well, I think Hightower is a free agent.
Who's in Tampa? They got White, they got David, and then don't they got somebody else or no?
Barrett.
He's a linebacker. Okay,
Yeah. But
I
he
doubt that
re-signed
all
with
them.
them. I think
fair.
White's contract is up. Or no.
No, I think they're all locked
David.
in. David's locked in. They locked him into a dumb contract.
What about like Dion? I don't know if this is even his name or no. What is it? Jones from Atlanta. What is his first name?
Dion.
It is. Okay. So
No,
what about
I have
him?
no idea.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Dion.
think that is right. Yeah, Deion Jones.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm saying him in a second for Edmonds.
He does play outside.
Okay.
And he's 6'1", 227.
220. 227. I don't know. Do we want to believe Wikipedia or Pro Football?
That's weird that he plays outside being that big.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
he's fast.
Okay.
That must, yeah. They must use him more in coverage than.
He ran a 4.38 at his pro day and a 4.59 at the combine.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I just think that he is in a black hole in Atlanta, and the defense is so bad that he just has to do way too much.
So is AJ Terrell.
Yeah. They go at him all game long though. Like I'm trying to think, like
he doesn't. He's been one of the best.
Yeah, I know fantasy statistics. He was up there because they just threw to him a lot, threw to his way, and he'd make a lot of tackles or pass breakups or whatever. But usually, when the fantasy guy has a lot of statistic, it means they're bad.
But his stats were good. So
yeah, I get what
I
you're
remember
saying.
seeing him. I was like, geez.
Yeah,
That's who I was thinking of. Foyesade Olakun.
Oh yeah,
he led the league in tackles by like 40 tackles.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah,
he had like 100 and something tackles. Yeah, Van Der Esch, Anthony Barr.
That'd be funny.
Devondre Campbell.
Oh, he looked like a beast this year.
He's gonna get a lot of money.
He's gonna get a lot of money. Yeah.
I wonder. I mean, it does. Yeah, Donta Hightower is a free agent.
Is he worth it? You're gonna cut AJ Klein. You're going to.
I don't think there's a need. Yeah.
You
need cap space now.
You need cap space, right? But I think they can get 25 to 30 million under pretty quickly.
Yeah, but they got to cut guys to get there
and renegotiate contracts again. Right. But I don't know.
I mean, I think it might be. I mean, to have Hightower in the middle, somebody who came from Belichick, be able to pass that on kind of thing. I mean, if you're the Bills, right? You do want it both ways. We've talked about this before, where it's like they can't, but they're going to.
Are they though? Because maybe they won't.
Well, then if they won't, then you shouldn't spend in free agency.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe they'll.
And I don't think they're going to do that.
I think trading out of the first round would be the way to go.
I think they should trade their first round pick for a pass rusher.
For a pass rusher?
Yep.
What pass rusher out there is worth a first?
I don't know. A good one.
Like a person.
And the conversation comes full circle.
I don't know. Who do you think?
Marcus Davenport.
It's not a bad idea.
What are your thoughts on that, CJ?
I think Davenport is still a little bit too unrefined to go as high as a first on him.
What are your thoughts on just trading a first like they did for Diggs? Like just go get a premium pass rusher using your first and whatever.
I would hate to give up like a really good lineman for that. Like that would be my thoughts on it. Like I would just hate, like if say there was a really good lineman that came to us at that position, and I mean we are so late in the first, it really doesn't. I guess it really doesn't matter, but
right.
I'm kind of torn on that one. It's tough.
There are a lot of good free agents.
Yeah, but I mean you're
Linemen
also doing
out
this
there.
before guys resign, so you don't really know
What's needed
and that kind of stuff. But I don't know. It's just been some. I mean, I've been bouncing around, getting offers for Milano. I've been bouncing around, trading that first round pick for pass rusher in my head. Just been thinking about it.
Those are things to think about, I think.
I mean, you could make another dig. I mean, you could do another Diggs trade.
Right.
Well, they're not getting rid of
showing that they're going after it right now. Right.
Yeah.
It would be like what
I mean,
the Rams did.
Would you go to KC and get and if they were in Chris Jones?
I don't think so. I think I would want someone with more sacks.
I mean, like, what about I mean, it doesn't have to be like a pass rusher like Marcus Davenport. I mean, it could be somebody inside.
Right, I understand what you're saying.
Go get Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I think it'll take one draft pick for Aaron Donald.
I'll take your first until the end of time.
Well, what's funny is if you look at the return Jacksonville got for like Ramsey 2 years ago, and what they did with that, I think they got 2 firsts and a fourth, and their 1/4 is like a rotational player, has not even recorded no stats or something like that, no sacks, no, and the other guy was Etienne or whatever, obviously, right, this year, and he was hurt all year,
right.
and it's just like, I don't know, like sometimes you look at it, it's like maybe it is better route to
just go get somebody.
Yeah,
like Cameron Jordan.
He's a little too old for me.
That would be
But again, you're going for it, If
they're in a rebuild, then
they're definitely in a rebuild, right?
I think he becomes more open to it. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll know more once the people start getting cut. But
yeah, I mean, if they start making those cuts, like they get rid of Cole, they get rid of Klein, they get rid of like all those big not Star. There's somebody else who has like a big gap
Morse.
like that. Well, yeah, Morse. There's somebody else. I think there's like 4 guys who have a big gap like that because I think there's just one more guy. Yeah, I said him already. but it doesn't really matter. But I mean, if they start cutting all these guys, I mean, we'll know what direction they're going. I mean, if they start to do that, but if they keep them around,
But you have to cut them to get.
I mean, I'm saying,
Okay, I don't. You have to, at minimum, right, get under the cap enough.
Yeah.
To pay your draft picks.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, they're only like, I think they still have cap space.
I thought they were like $1 million under or something.
We're about to find out. They are. They're $1.5 million.
$1.5 million under.
Over. Yeah. As of right now.
But they'll do something with Diggs, right? And then they may see it's Edmonds. Well, no, it's not. Edmonds is making $12 million, but if you sign him to a long-term deal, that doesn't necessarily mean that $12 million is less this year.
Right.
You know? Oh, it was Darrell Williams.
Yes.
Who, if you cut,
you
save like $5 million or something.
Yeah.
Because he's scheduled to make
he's scheduled to make
$9 million.
$9.9.
Yeah.
And his dead cap is 3.6. It's 1.8 post June 1st. His dead cap. He might be a June 1st cut. They're so screwed with Star.
They are. Star is a problem.
Explain to people why that's the case.
Well, he's not good. But next year he's expected to make he's built to make his cap hit. Yeah, is 9.25 basically. And $9 million is a whole lot of money to take up. That's
his dead cap is 7.5 or 7.7 million.
Right. So that means if you cut them, you're only saving 1.3 million or 1.5 million, I guess it would be.
Yeah. And you have to take that dead cap on.
Right. So that 7.7 million still stays on your cap. Yeah. So that's why he's a problem.
So right, because that's why we talk about Feliciano too.
Yeah, Feliciano's
set to make $5 million with a dead cap of 1.5, but if they do it post June 1st, it's only $750K.
Where do you see the June 1st date?
When I hover over it.
Oh. Okay. So we may see a lot of June 1st cuts. Because Feliciano is a big. He's got to go. In my opinion.
I think they should just cut, clean it. Just like anybody who has that big of a gap.
Well, this is what you and I were talking about, right? We were talking about almost taking a year off.
Yeah.
Of going for it. And then this year, right, invest in draft picks and try and hit on as many draft picks as you can. And then next year, have a bunch of.
Let's still trade your first round pick.
If you want to.
What do you think the Bills should do, CJ? Cut everybody under the sun so they could get as much cap space as possible, or
I don't know. I think that if you were to do that and say you're retooling, you're obviously not rebuilding, right? And you would say retooling and take the year off. I think Bills fans would be unbearable, and just for that simple fact, I probably wouldn't want to do that. But I don't know. I think you see what's going on in the NFL. Look at what LA did. They swung for the fences and they're there now.
Right.
You know, and so I think that goes a long way in my head. You know what I mean? So I think going for the fences now and figuring it out later, I think is kind of the new way of the NFL.
Yeah. See, and I think that works for a lot of young teams rebuilding, right? So if they have a player like Cameron Jordan, who you can give up a first for, is probably got a $40 million cap hit or something, but like,
Probably close.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but if you can do something logical,
Yeah,
because you can do that after the first.
that's true. Cameron Jordan has a $23
Oh, no, you
million
can't.
cap hit.
You won't have the first round pick if you do that after the first.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Can't do that. But then again, the Saints are also $76 million over the cap.
Right. So they might be cutting these guys. They have the highest overage of any team in the league. So if you're asking if they're rebuilding, yes, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen to these cap hits. Marshawn Lattimore, $27 million. Michael Thomas, $24 million. Cameron Jordan, $23 million. Ryan Ramczyk, $23 million.
Wow.
Andrews Pete, $15 million. Alvin Kamara, $14 million. David
Onyemata,
$13 million.
I mean, and listen to who the guys are. You know, it's not like these are
Yeah.
superstars.
I mean, Malcolm Jenkins has an $11 million cap hit.
Taysom Hill is at
12
million.
I mean,
so maybe the writing was on the wall for Sean Payton, and
that's why he got out.
That's why he got out.
They have 12 guys on their roster with a cap hit of $10 million or more.
So that's, well, what's the total cap? Because that's, if you just added those 10 guys up, or those 12 guys up,
you're almost there.
208.
The cap is 208.
Adjusted.
I bet if you added all those guys up, yeah, like CJ said, you're at 160 or 170.
Yeah, that's what, more than half.
Yeah, that's like 75%. Yeah,
that's like how much that's like an average team.
Yeah,
before you would, like, when you're going through re-signing and going into free agency, like,
right, it's crazy.
It is wild.
So that's 12 guys.
Yeah. 3 of them who are like, or only 3 of them are like game changers.
Yeah.
They just like overpaid these guys. Like, it's not like they're bad, because like obviously Kamara is good.
I think Ramczyk deserved it a few years ago when he got it. You know,
right.
I can't say for sure whether he's still on that, you know, career path, but
yeah.
I mean, they have, and then 11 of those 12 guys make up more than 5% each of their cap, with Marcus Lattimore making up 13.8%, 18% of their cap.
Whoa. And honestly, like, he's shown me less as the years have gone on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be like that, but like, I felt like I was expecting a lot this season for fantasy wise for people to go in New Orleans and him to shut them down, and it just was not the case.
Yeah.
Evans consistently got open, you know, and especially later on in the season, it was, you know, I don't know. Just my 2 cents on that.
And then of course there's always Michael Thomas.
Yeah, well, he's gone. I would say he's gone. I mean,
would you take a flyer on him?
I would love him. I would love him. I would. Oh my God, I would love him. But I mean,
we talk about that all the time. Why not have 4 solid wide receiver options?
Right.
That you can just constantly rotate.
He's gonna go to the money though. Like he's gonna go to Miami, or he's gonna go to. I mean, like, not specifically
anywhere
them,
but New England.
You know, like anywhere that they're gonna give him a good amount of money, and I could see stupid teams like Chicago or
Raiders.
Miami Raiders, yeah, all of them paying him some stupid amount of money,
Or
even though he has
Denver.
for a year.
Denver's already got their top 3 receivers locked up.
Signed,
To like,
yeah.
to like weird contracts. Yeah.
Yeah. Tim Patrick was very strange. That I was very surprised to
That's
see.
true. Well, if they don't believe in Judy, though.
Well, they do believe in him because he's locked in.
I thought he was a rookie.
No, he's a
He's
rookie,
locked
so he's
into
not
his
going
rookie
anywhere.
deal.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere for 4 years.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
At
I'm
least.
just saying.
I like Sutton, but I mean,
I would
shit.
like-
If
I
you
would-
want
I
to
would
get
like
Rodgers
Sutton.
there, if you want to get Rodgers there, I think Mike Thomas would go a long way.
Yeah.
That would be well.
And Noah Fant's a pretty good tight end.
Do Rodgers and Adams though
Backup tight
really
end's
want
good.
to be a duo and go together? Like, do we really
they
think
do.
that's true?
Yes, I do. I think Adams, though
'Cause,
he may be I'll
I
do
think
that if
Rodgers
you pay
made
me.
him what he is. If I'm being 100% honest with you, like,
Right.
I mean, I remember when he was in the league first 2-3 years, and they had Nelson and Cobb who were the top guys, right? And they were eating, and he wasn't as much. And then once you got rid of
Right.
those two, Rodgers only had him, and so he made him look amazing. And don't get me wrong, he has pretty great what's the word? High point skills. So with the ball is up in the air, like one-on-one coverage, he's pretty good at coming down with it.
He runs good routes.
But I mean, he
For
could
Rodgers.
go to any team.
Yeah,
I think.
Right.
for sure. Oh, for sure. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think there's a team out there who would
say no. Right.
You know.
KC maybe, like,
Are you saying he's not better than your
I think
guys
KC would
opposite
take that.
Hill?
I don't know. I don't know if you can afford him. 30
Right.
million a year.
That's true. Yeah. Money. Right.
But yes, I think
That's
they'd all
fair.
probably take him without money being an aspect. Yeah.
Good times. So the Pro Bowl was last weekend.
Yep.
God awful.
Yeah, I really love the AFC, and I was really upset that Caesars and FanDuel had nothing on it. I lost money on
It's
that
because
one.
it's
I didn't get to bet
two-hand
it.
touch.
Oh my God, did you see that Mac Jones? I didn't watch the game. Like, I don't really watch Pro Bowls, especially since I didn't have no money on it. And but I did watch the highlight of the Mac Jones run, and nobody really went to tackle him, and he still does the dance at the end like he did something. And I'm like,
Right.
bro,
And they're
like,
all
they
just
let
standing
you-
around.
Yeah,
Right.
no arm
Still
tackles.
back where the ball is, where the
Right.
ball was
Nobody
snapped.
chased him down.
Nope,
right.
Nobody anything.
They were all just like, oh, look at him run 70
Right.
yards for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Murray came out and balled. Like, he came out at the end and really wanted to play.
Yeah.
And he put up 3 touchdowns, which was interesting.
And then he took Arizona off of his
There's
Instagram.
nothing to that.
Wilson looked atrocious.
Yeah.
Who did?
Wilson.
Russ.
I didn't think Russell looked good.
Yeah. Did you guys see what Ryan Clark said about him? Where he was like, we have to stop putting Russell Wilson on this pedestal because he hasn't shown us since they went to the Super Bowl that he can lead a team.
Mhm.
He was
That he
basically
can
like,
lead a team.
well, that he can, like, because like because they were talking about, Wilson wanting out and all that stuff, and he was basically like, he was basically saying it's not that certain anymore that he can go to a team and automatically make it better. Like, he can automatically take it over and they're just a playoff contender if they have
That's
right
okay.
enough stuff.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. After what he showed, I question if we'll ever get back to a Super Bowl
Yeah, it would take, you would have to build around
on the
him
Seahawks. No,
instead of
Right.
instead of build
how you
instead
want
of
to build it.
using him as a building block, you would have to build
Yeah.
around him. You know,
Mhm. Well, what was great for them for such a long time was his rookie deal,
right?
5 years or whatever that he had, and they were able to build up a lot around him. And then once he needed to get paid, the team around him kind of defensively at least fell apart,
Right.
and they didn't have the people in place.
Yeah,
So yeah, I haven't seen much from him this year, especially. I really question even in a change of scenery, unless you're putting him on Green Bay, with everybody on Green Bay still there,
Right.
maybe, or something along those lines, then okay.
Yeah.
Tampa, something like that. But
Yeah.
Tampa. Wow.
Tampa. They just get the old quarterbacks.
Imagine.
I thought I thought they would go after Garoppolo, to be honest.
That would be
Just
funny.
like another
still
stopgap. Yeah, just like another stopgap guy, just to
Yeah. And it
But
would
anyways,
be funny in the Brady
It would be.
whole Brady
saga.
scale of things.
For sure.
So to your point.
Yeah, no, I just getting back to the Pro Bowl. I just think I think there's a few alternatives that we could talk about and just kind of see thoughts on, these alternatives. Mine would be to make it a little bit more interesting. Why don't we say take the two worst teams in the NFL, such as I don't know, whoever those were this year, Jacksonville and who's the top? Who's the
Chicago?
bottom two?
Oh, I was
Lions,
feeling like it was
Detroit.
Detroit, and then is it Jacksonville next or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so have those two play in a game to fight for first round pick.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting, but there's no way the players would agree to that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Especially with it being like a 3-week break for them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does benefit the owners more and stuff like that in that situation, but
like Darius Slade brought up a good point where it's like the NFL is the only one that doesn't have an all-star break. They have their all-star break at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So he's like, these guys go through the entire season and then are being told, oh, you have to go play in another game that doesn't mean anything.
What are bye weeks?
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fair point.
I mean,
but they
the
were
NBA
saying,
don't have bye weeks, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right, but they still
I get
have
it.
all. Yeah.
It's a week, right? You're getting 2 weeks off for a bye week.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part.
Yeah. No,
No, I hear the point. I just to him. My thing was to him. Okay, well, what then? If I would have asked him, okay, well, what are
Yeah. I mean, it's like the Pro Bowl used to mean something to the players, getting there and doing, but now it doesn't. And that's the problem.
I think having to play part is what gets in their way.
I mean, what if you just made it like?
But they already have that. The APs,
like
AP
flag or touch or something, just to
like a 7-on-7 with like top pads.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
flags. Yeah. I like that. It's another
And then
alternative I heard.
you could still do like the different events. You could still do all
That's
that.
what they need to do is
make the stars perform, right? So
Right.
even in that situation, you're gonna see a guy who can perform, and you're gonna see,
Mhm.
whoa, like he made a move on that guy. It's still all gonna be there, for the most part. Yeah, you're not gonna get the hits, but you're not getting hits now anyways.
Right.
And I just 7-on-7, you're putting less guys out there that don't want to be there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
you
you're
could
putting
still have the same amount of guys, and you could do what the NHL does with like their 3-on-3, where they just
love that.
constantly keep rotating the guys in.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I suppose.
I mean, they do it now. Every quarter is a different quarterback,
Right.
It's a different group. It's a different thing. So,
right.
I mean, you could break them all into 7s and just have like a tournament.
But you're taking away the whole cornerbacks and safeties from the teams by going 7s. Right?
I think you're taking away linemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be taking away linemen.
Definitely.
Is that how 7s are?
I think you would only have like one.
I thought it was
one or two, one offensive lineman.
A guy snapping a ball.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 linemen down. 5. No, still don't make sense. Okay.
Maybe 2 linemen down.
Okay. But that would look
2
weird.
and 3 or something.
Yeah.
2, 1, 4.
Yeah, and then you would just have to, depending on what you wanted to do, you would just have to change what you put on the field.
I suppose.
But yeah, you would be taking away linemen. You would be taking away like all of that.
You're not running the ball.
Right.
Right.
Essentially.
I
Gotta
guess
get
they'd
it.
be okay with that.
Which they didn't run the ball at all in the game.
Right. And when
Yeah.
they
Taylor
did,
had 3
they just let him
runs.
go. Like,
Ugh.
so.
I'm looking at all these stats, and it was just a joke. Justin Jefferson was like the most targeted player on the NFC. I don't think anybody else even got more than 6 targets.
Yeah.
5 targets.
Yeah.
So clearly they had it in their minds of who they were going to, anyways. And you put
Right.
him out there or whatever because he played damn near the whole game. So.
Well, didn't he win the catch thing, or did Diggs? Not the other Diggs, like the brother Diggs.
I don't know who won that catch thing. Actually,
Thought it was him, to be honest.
Diggs?
I thought it was
Jefferson.
Diggs too.
Jefferson.
I thought it was Jefferson.
Or
no, Jefferson won dodgeball,
Yeah, Jefferson won dodgeball. I know that.
and Diggs won the catch thing.
But even it
There.
wasn't like that impressive to me. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Did you watch it? Because I felt like what I saw was like,
did.
oh, that's it.
He just caught it and sat on a table. Like, he
Oh,
just,
is
No,
that-
no, we're
like-
talking about his brother.
oh,
Oh,
Trayvon.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Steph's.
me too.
Oh, well, okay, we could talk about Steph's. Yeah, he just caught it and sat on the table.
Yeah.
Or broke the table. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was the point of him landing like that. I get it. now.
Yes.
Yeah, to break the table, right?
I couldn't
So
figure
Boston
out why
got
he
him
made the catch like that because that's all I saw. I didn't see the table part. Okay.
Yeah, he jumped off a camper onto the table.
and caught the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got this very weird picture sent to me, and it was Diggs in a Pro Bowl jersey, but it had the New Orleans Saints logo on it.
That's
Jersey
not good.
swap?
I can
Probably
show it
is.
to you. I mean, I'm pretty sure it had his number on it.
No, I believe you. That is
No.
something-
I mean, I'm just saying, it was weird. I don't know if he's alluding to something because I know he got that late touchdown on him in the playoffs a few years ago. I don't know if he's alluding to something with that.
Oh, maybe.
Like, I own you guys or something. I don't know.
Right.
And they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like how we were with Brady. We're like, yeah.
Yeah, we're $76 million over the cap. We don't really know what we're doing.
Yeah, he definitely ain't coming. So,
if they want to trade us half their team, sure.
yeah.
Take on salary.
Half
Yeah.
their draft class.
Right.
Yep. So, what are some alternatives? Like you said, going sevens. Was that your idea, CJ? Oh, your idea was
His was the first round pick. Have the 2 teams.
to have the 2 teams play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was the
I
sevens.
honestly don't know what an alternative is other than just don't have it. Or invite them to Vegas, every year, and
Maybe
I mean,
not.
why
and
not just
then-
do 2 days of skills competition?
that's what I'm saying. And then create more skills competitions.
Well, I think that's 7 on
Make
7.
them run a
wouldn't be
40 and do fastest player, so then they're not all garbling about it. No, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they all joke that I'd be the fastest player. I'd be the fastest player. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bring the fastest players in and have them run. And make it an all-star skills competition.
Yeah, I mean, with what you said, CJ, yeah, you could definitely still include the sevens in that too. There's no
Yeah.
reason not to. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if it's going to be flag football or
All
two-handed
skills.
coach.
Yeah. That's your
Right.
final.
Right. Like a decathlon.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, you could.
See who wins in spear throwing or
I think of Billy Madison. And like the we are all now dumber for having listened to.
We're
All
gonna
right.
do Super Bowl.
We still have to do Super Bowl, yeah. So the Super Bowl exists.
Yeah.
That's Sunday.
XXVI
56.
or V. What is it?
Oh, that's it.
VVI?
IV. No, it's the other way.
Isn't
right?
it LVI?
L.
Yes,
L.
there you go.
LVI. Yeah, I forgot what 50 was.
It's an L.
I know it is now.
It's a no.
LVI.
It's
Yeah.
LVI.
LVI.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's LVI.
Is it?
You all right?
Should I put it in the thing?
No, 56 is fine.
Okay.
Ugh.
It's LVI.
I don't know what 56 means.
I only read in numerals.
I have
in Roman numerals.
No idea.
So, do we want to talk prop bets or talk about the actual game? Like,
Do we want to just
who are
talk
you
about the-
rooting for?
I'm saying Rams all day long.
Me too.
I think they're gonna come out the gate. I think they're a better overall team, defensively, offensively, everything.
I agree. I agree, and they have Aaron Donald. I always think of which team has the best player. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, they have some good players. Cincinnati, obviously, with Burrow and Chase and Mixon and
Higgins.
Hendrickson
Yeah.
and
Oh, I'm not saying they're not. Hey, they're there.
I'm
They're
saying,
there,
I mean,
right?
yeah.
I mean
And
that's enough. That's the highest praise you can get. They are there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that is where I'm ready to stop with their praise.
Yeah. That's fair because I think I said this last time, but I don't want them being ahead of the Bills. It bothers me.
Yeah,
No.
me too. I take so much exception with the fact that they were able to beat KC, and now it'll just be, oh, Burrow's the second top guy in the AFC and blah blah
Right.
blah blah blah. I don't want to hear that. I watched him take 9 sacks against Tennessee.
Right.
I think LA has a better D line than Tennessee does,
And I think the Rams have a better offense than Tennessee because Tennessee's issue was their defense showed up and made all these stops, and Tennessee just didn't do anything with it.
still, yeah, that was a field goal game, and
Yeah.
KC on the back end. I think that there's a lot more. There's a lot bigger of an effect than people are giving the credit for the Bills KC game and how much just that took out of KC.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were great for the first half, and then the second half they weren't moving the ball. They weren't doing much, and whether that's an adjustment or just, you've blown your wad at that point. I have no idea.
Yeah. No, I think they were pretty shot. I mean, they were.
And the depressing part about that is, I think we all agree with this, is if we won and the Bengals came here,
We'd be
we would've won.
favorites. We'd be
would've won.
5-6 point favorites right now. In both
we would have
games.
won that game.
In both games? You think they'd be 5-point
Yes.
favorites against the Rams?
Easily.
Wow.
I mean,
Speaking of
just
favorites.
based off what they're 4 points against the Bengals. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you're taking them?
Oh,
The Rams?
yeah.
-4?
Oh, yeah.
I'll go with the Rams. I want to see Stafford.
I want to see the Rams win.
I want to see Stafford get a Super Bowl.
No, but
Yeah.
I was talking about gambling.
Yeah,
Rams
no, I know.
-4.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see Stafford
Well,
get a Super Bowl.
Yeah. No. Hey, I was the one who said Stafford would be league MVP this year.
That's true. He did.
And he's not,
No,
but I said it.
he had a good year.
He did. He would be like middle VP. Like middle
He'll
management.
probably end at like 10 in voting.
Yeah.
I bet he'll end at like 10.
Yeah.
Well, win the Super Bowl. Well, that's done before that, right?
It's done before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so that doesn't matter. Okay.
Yeah, so his playoff run doesn't count in.
Right. Because I think there would be talk about Josh if playoff runs counted.
Yeah.
True. It still comes down to winning.
Yeah, it sucks that you won one game, and it does feel like we did a lot more than that. But
It does.
like, we won one game, and it's
Yeah.
like,
I mean, he had more touchdowns than he did.
no, I know, but like what he did in those
No,
two
I'm
games.
just- yeah, I agree with you. I'm just like-
yeah. No, I
you
know.
hear
It's just,
about all
that
this-
won't be talked about. Yeah.
Yeah, all like the stats from him
Throwing
how
a
good it
perfect
was.
game.
Right.
Yeah.
2 perfect games.
2 perfect games. or a perfect game and a no hitter at least.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, let's talk betting. So,
Oh,
All right.
some props. CJ's got some props.
What am I looking at on the screen there? Oh, those are all your props. Can you zoom in? I don't know.
this is from DraftKings. You do like this.
Yeah, do that.
Like one more.
One more, he said.
There you go. There you go. All right. Oh, goodness gracious.
So heads or tails.
I love the
50-50.
fourth down. I love the fourth down one. There's one I saw earlier. I don't know if it's on here, but it was like teams go for it on fourth down. And I think both will probably end up doing that.
Yeah.
If not one. I was looking at over-unders on like stats specifically. That those were kind of like what I was looking at a little bit more.
Shortest TD score. Big man touchdown.
I saw that. Yeah. I love Stafford over 1.5 touchdowns. I think he'll easily get that. And then the other one I saw was Akers rushing attempts. I think he'll get over 16.5.
What was the parlay that you were telling me? Because I thought that was actually a good one, and you didn't like it. It was like Cup over 80.
It was Cup over 90, Mixon over 60. And I think it was
Akers?
Bengals. They took the Bengals at 7.5. And there was another player as a part of it too.
The reason I thought of it was because he said Akers. I was thinking it was like Akers plus
Beckham anytime, Rams to win. Oh, well, there's this one that I like. Rams to win, Cup 80 plus, Beckham 70 plus, and then Beckham anytime TD score. That's tough with Beckham though.
I hate those two Beckhams together. I would love it if it was one of the others, one of both. You know what I mean? But both makes me nervous. But I guess if he's gonna get that yardage total, he probably will get a touchdown too. They love him in the red zone.
They do.
Stafford just always seems to find him.
Well, they have
like
plays
immediate
specifically run for him. I don't know if you've watched any of the touchdowns that he's done, but Stafford's not really looking anywhere else, and he doesn't need to because the route is run very well in the end zone, and he's got the hands that have made the catches. You know, so
sure
he'll get that first look usually. If they get to say the 5-yard line or so, he'll get the first pass. If say that gets knocked away, they'll go somewhere else after that. From what I've watched in the playoffs so far, or since he's been there.
So any other props that it doesn't have to be on this what we're showing right now, but do you have any other prop bets that
stick out to me specifically?
Yeah.
You know, obviously you got to love Cup anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
You know, I would love probably I would go. Another one I was looking at was receptions, and I think that 5.5 for Chase was a good one that I would also go with. So I think it was Chase 5.5 catches, which I thought was.
You got any wacky ones that you might be taking a swing at just to see if you get it?
Oh man, I it's not very wacky, but I would probably call runs for both offensive plays from scrimmage for the first play of each team.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good one to go after.
It's not wacky, but it's more safe, and I think that both teams definitely try to establish the run as much as they can.
Definitely the Bengals. Now that the Rams have Akers back, they seem to want to more.
Yeah. No, I've been watching his stats or rushing totals just rise every week.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why his over-under has gone up. I think 2 weeks ago it was about 13, and he blew that out the water.
Right.
So, yeah, but just, you know, I love LA. I'll probably do a couple parlays mixed in with it just to, you know, mess around. But, yeah, no, we're going heavy. We're going heavy LA minus the 4. Probably put about 300-400 on it.
Good for you.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
How much hundreds are you putting on it?
Not hundreds. I'm not putting hundreds.
I know.
Yeah, no.
We've got CJ
it's
to live
fun.
through vicariously.
Yes, exactly. Live and die with me, guys. I'll be there. I'll
We're-
be either crying or I'll be jumping out of my seat. So
We're with you. We're
I
we're
got.
right
I mean,
with you.
I did this one a really long time ago, but yeah, yeah. I mean, I picked the Rams.
Yeah, no, I think they're gonna win, and I think if they don't, it's a pretty significant upset.
I took I took an alt spread of 2.5.
I would probably go.
How far do you think you could push it? Do you think you could push it to 7.5?
The line.
Yeah.
I think they win by more than a touchdown. So yeah. So yeah. That's my thought. Hey,
Yeah,
we'll see what happens, you know?
we will.
It'll be. I think it'll be.
It'll
a good
be
game.
fun.
I think it'll be a good game.
It won't be KC. It won't be KC
It won't be
Buffalo.
Buffalo,
I'll tell you
KC.
right now.
It won't be.
No.
It definitely won't. But it will be a game. You know,
Okay.
that's how I feel. Like, okay, if you saw this like in week 10, Monday Night Football,
I would watch it.
Rams Bengals,
I'd watch it. Yeah.
Would you be like, yeah?
I mean, I want to be like, woo! But I mean, I would be like, yeah, that's a good. That should be a good game. Like, I'll watch that. But I think it'll be a better Super Bowl than we've gotten in the past couple years. Because I mean, we had Tampa killing KC last year.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
And then we had KC killing whoever they played, right? Year before that.
No, San Fran game was close.
Yeah.
Right? Like that was an Emmanuel Sanders drop away from San Fran losing or winning that game, as far as I remember.
Emmanuel Sanders drop.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that wasn't terrible, but I do agree. I want to say freaking 3 out of the last 4.
That's
least.
true. KC came back in that game to win that game.
Yes.
Yeah. So
but like you said, 3 out of the last 4. Like I remember that Philly New England game wasn't close.
but that was still fun. But was that fun because we got to watch New
Watch
England
him,
lose like they
yeah.
did?
Yeah, I think that's that's definitely a part of it. I don't think they like from what I recall, Philly had pretty much control of that from
They
the
had
gate.
control.
They had control from like the beginning.
Yeah.
New England had won another one in that span too.
The Rams against Jared Goff and the Rams.
That was the New
That
England,
game.
and that was a blowout also. Not
Yeah.
even
Right.
close.
And that
you know
was
what I mean?
just Belichick being better than Sean McVay.
Oh, 100%. That was McVay not being ready for that spot yet.
Yeah.
And thinking that he could run the ball with Gurley the whole game and do something and
Yeah.
work out.
No, could not.
Did not work out.
But I do think we'll get a good game. I do think that I don't know if they'll win by more than a touchdown, but I would be comfortable saying the gap will be more than 5.
Okay.
So you think they'll win either by more than 5?
Yeah, basically. I mean, I think there'll be a gap more than like it won't be close. It'll be close, but it won't be. You know what I mean?
This is why I was thinking you were saying
The
6.
score will say it's close, but the feel of the game won't be close. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like I just have this feeling that the Rams might go up by like 2 touchdowns with like
and just hold it.
6 minutes left, and then they'll make the Bengals do this like long 4-minute drive.
I could see that last minute score or whatever with 2 minutes left or something, and then that puts them within 6 points or something stupid.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see that.
because I'm like
And then they don't get the 2-point conversion.
Something
Right.
along those lines.
Yeah.
Right, they only get 6. They don't get the full 7,
Right.
and then yeah. But I mean, I would also be comfortable probably saying that the Bengals will probably kick 2 field goals.
They have a good kicker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
So,
seem to have been
I mean,
struggling in the red zone too. Like
Yeah.
once they
Right.
get on that side of the field, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get on the other side of the 50, that's kind of his range. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, 30, close to the 40s, I'd say.
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's fairly good.
For a rookie, I don't think we've seen one that good in a
No.
long time. But
Yeah.
I mean, to be able to say,
Let's go. I'm gonna go win it now.
yeah,
well, to be able
that's
to say,
incredible.
I guess we're going to the Super Bowl before you even kick the kick and like cracking your knuckles. And
You
then
talk
just
about
go out
conference
there and
championship?
kick it, like, right?
Did he do that again for the
He
Super
did
Bowl?
it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He said, yeah, Burrow said that
Ooh,
McPherson
dude got ice
walked
in his
by them
veins.
onto the field and was like, I guess we're going to the Super Bowl, and then went
Wow.
and kicked it.
Gotta love kickers that do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I
How
love.
many are there that would?
I
You
bet
know?
Bass.
Yeah, yeah.
Bass. Yeah.
I bet Bass has said
Was it
that.
you, Todd, that said that made the point about him and that he's just never experienced anything like any major loss or any major like not getting that kick, so that snake bit aspect isn't even in his mind yet?
Yeah.
Or was
Yeah.
that just the announcer? I can't remember if you said that or whatever, but it's just like it's a good
I'll take the
concept to
credit.
think
I'll
about.
take
Like
the credit. I totally said
I
that.
can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember. But either way, it was a good point to make, just because kickers that haven't experienced that tough loss for a missed kick probably in their mind feel how he feels, and that's
Right.
it depends on how long you can make that last, really.
Right.
And if you can make it last for 95% of his career,
Yeah,
or at least when we need him to kick us a field goal to win the Super Bowl and,
Yeah.
yeah.
not miss.
I can't think of a cockier kicker. I mean, I like for some reason Prater comes off to me as a cocky guy that but that's
I
not
felt
him.
like Vinatieri got cocky after he made the kick, the
Okay.
Super Bowl kick.
Yeah.
Tucker has never seemed cocky to me.
I mean, I know putters like King always stood out to me. I always liked him
Yeah.
just because the way he did his thing. It had fun out there doing it. And that's
Yeah.
cool to me, them having fun doing it.
Yeah.
We used to call in college, when I played in college, the coach would tell them, the kickers, okay, lawn fairies, time to go on the other end of the field. We need to be down here. The real team needs to be down here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what they're called, and that's what you're treated like as a kicker. You know what I mean? You're a lawn fairy. You don't really do anything compared to the rest of the team, and
Yeah.
But man, he got that swagger somewhere, I guess. Got that confidence.
Good for him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's cool to see. It's cool. You don't see it very often. That's why.
All right. Well, the Sabres exist.
The Sabres exist.
They had their first practice today after the
All-Star break.
And they called up Krebs and Samuelson, and Hinestroza was in a non-contact jersey and was skating with the team for the first time since he went down. Yes.
Right.
What's going to happen with the goalie situation?
I was just about to get to that. Yeah, they're still screwed there.
Well, how's
any news? Any good news on that?
Yeah, they're good in Rochester.
All I've heard is really bad news on the goalie front. So I'm waiting on some good stuff.
Casey Middlestat's ready to practice.
That's good.
After he got hurt again.
I was gonna say we need him to do well so we can trade him after the end of the year.
I'm good with that.
I'm fine with that too. Yeah.
Or at the deadline even.
Yeah. Or wait one more
year.
Right.
Oh, don't say that. I don't even want to think about this nonsense lasting more than a year.
Yeah. Because I'm sure whoever drafts Bedard in a year, or whoever gets that first overall pick for that 16-year-old kid.
Oh,
the kid's
he's ridiculous.
He's 16. He's currently playing in the WHL, which is the league where the NHL, which is one of the leagues where the NHL drafts from.
Okay.
You have to be, I think you have to be 18.
18, unless you get an exception.
And he got a special exception, and he's like one of a few group of players, and among those group of players are like Gretzky, McDavid, Crosby,
Right.
and he's up there. I mean, he's torching the WHL, and he does these ridiculously dirty things when he is like shooting or trying to deke a guy out, or when he like goes on a breakaway. But yeah, so he's probably going to be the number 1 overall pick, and he's going to be like 17 years old when he gets drafted.
Wow.
Next year.
Yeah, he's so
Not this draft, the next draft.
yeah. He's currently with the Regina Pats of the WHL. He's played in 33 games. He has 45 points, 24 goals, 21 assists.
More than a point per game.
He's a -5.
Oh, well, we don't want him.
That's not like so. Like to put this even more perspective. So he was in the U15 league in 2018 for West Van Academy Bantam Prep. He had 88 points in 30 games, which included 64 goals. In the U18 league, and I don't think he was 15 in the U15 league either. I think he was like 14 or 13.
Yeah.
So he's also been playing with guys much older
older
than him throughout his entire career. But when he joined the U18 league, and I think he was 16 at that point, or 15 at that point, he had, because this was 2 years ago. So he was 14 because he's 16. So he's 14.
Sure.
So he was 14 years old and joined a U18 league and had 84 points in 36 games.
So he's
Where's he from?
Canada.
He's Canadian.
Oh way.
North Vancouver,
Is he French Canadian?
No,
No.
Vancouver side.
British
Darn it.
Columbia.
I would have said he was definitely going to be amazing if he was French Canadian.
Yeah, he would have been drafted by Montreal. And
Right, would have gotten them a cup and
Yeah.
he's just
so March 10th is a very important day. Ask me why.
why?
The Sabres play Vegas at home. And guess who is expected to be healthy?
Eichel.
Really?
Yes.
For that game?
Yep.
Good. I hope they lay a lick on him.
I hope he just like goes down on the ground at some point and then like Craig Anderson just like shoves his face into the ice. Like he like tries to like he just like stands in front of the
Tries to
goalie or
deke
something. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he'll come in and try to light the Sabres up. Definitely.
Yeah.
Will he?
I don't know.
The
I mean,
unraveling of Eichel and the Las Vegas Golden Knights starts that night.
It'd be funny. It'd be funny if the entire reason why the Sabres have been bad was literally just because of Eichel.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want to think about it.
Oh, we think about what if the Sabres got McDavid. That's going to be
I
one of our
just
shows.
was going to say that. Like,
It's going to be one of our
I
shows.
didn't want to
We'll
think about it.
send like whatever McDavid does that's crazy that night. We'll send it to each other and be like, imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, we do that all the time. We're just like, oh.
I mean, we both think he would have a cup here by now.
Yeah.
Like he would have just like those because those early teams when Jack first came in weren't completely terrible.
They weren't terrible. And he could have McDavid could have elevated those players
because he carried in his first year. He carried that terrible Edmonton squad,
right?
That terrible defensive Edmonton squad to the
Right.
playoffs. And yes,
yeah, they were
lost.
definitely not on the level we were at that point. Edmonton.
Right. And they had like Draisaitl.
They had the offensive pieces, but their defense was.
But
just,
Draisaitl wasn't Draisaitl yet.
Right.
Was what I
think that was a second year.
Right.
Yeah. So. Right, because it was Sam
Right.
and then Jack.
Sam and Jack were their Draisaitl McDavid. Yeah. MVP versus Sam and Jack. Okay.
who aren't even here anymore.
Who are both gone. But if Devon Levi
Yay, true.
turns out to be what he's looking like in
He
net
and he's on the Olympic squad for Canada.
for Canada, yeah, he had a 948 save percentage.
And like 6 shutouts.
Yeah,
Like,
yep. And
isn't his goals against average like a 1?
it was like 112 or something like that.
Wow.
So, the one knock on him is that he's only 6'1",
And he's in college.
but who cares? I mean, they've trended towards college players anyway. For
The
a while.
NHL in period, I think.
No, I mean the Sabres too.
Well,
though.
yeah, the Sabres have a bunch.
Yeah, including Owen Power,
Woohoo! We'll be here next year.
who was playing in the Olympics for Team Canada.
Who was also right.
So we can watch and root for Team Canada with Devon Levi and Will Power.
Yeah. I think, I mean, with Dahlen having the year that he is, with Power coming next year, that's just a good duo waiting to happen.
2 lefties though.
I don't really care.
Or it's a fantastic top 4.
Right. Yeah.
With Yoki Haru and somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely makes the Sabres more attractive.
Well, I mean, that's the thing that you and I,
because they're going to be so far under the cap.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing with their defense, right? It's like they're good enough to play on the team where the Sabres are at right now, which is like a bottom feeder, but can win some games, has a good outlook. But there is going to come a point where it's like probably they're going to have to redo that entire defense.
Well, except for Dahlin and
right,
Power.
Right.
I mean,
Dahlin, Power, and
Samuelson.
Yeah.
True. I mean, now we're filling in all the slots, right? I mean, that could be your top 4 for the next 5 years. Yoki Haru, Samuelson, Power, and Dahlin.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, Samuelson,
he'll step in.
Yeah.
He'll be ready.
Hope so.
But they've got other guys in the pipeline too.
Yeah. That's true. They have a bunch of defensemen in that pipeline.
Yeah.
They refuse to trade.
It's not a video game.
I know.
It's not a video game. Anything else?
No. They play tomorrow?
Do they?
Do they? No, they
don't.
No,
yeah.
Is that
Thursday? I'll be there. Yeah.
Oh no, they don't play.
You'll be there?
Thursday they play. I'll be there.
Oh, cool. Against Columbus.
Yeah, that's a remade one from the COVID stuff.
Okay. That's right. I remember you were going and then you weren't.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Well, have fun.
Thank you.
Yep. And what you got for me? What else?
Let's see. I don't know. No.
Got nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing? All right.
Alvin Kamara beat up somebody.
Yeah, you did.
Did you see the pictures?
It's a man, so at least we can. At least it's a guy.
It was him and a group of buds.
3 guys. Yep.
Yep.
I still hear conflicting reports though that it was right after the Pro Bowl, and then I've also heard that it was the 5th. So I don't.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Still heard that. Like I heard Schefter did come out again and say that it was after, and then I don't know.
Because the part that doesn't make sense was if it occurred after the skills competition, is how he got to play in the Pro Bowl.
After being arrested?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was only arrested.
Well, let's see what he did.
He was only arrested, and it's the NFL.
Well, because when he was arrested, though, he wasn't released on the bail, the $5,000 bail that they set until Monday.
Really?
Maybe they just gave him an exception to playing the game.
Yeah, you made it so this guy can't open his eyes, and he definitely has a concussion and like a broken jaw.
I'm only one of a group of 4 who did that.
Right. I should only take 45% of the responsibility for this. Hold your horses there. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on, Las Vegas PD. Whoa.
As long as that's how the world worked.
Isn't it what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Come on. Can't we just look the other way on this one? Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
Now
Exactly.
we come full circle.
So okay, so let's finish this because the NFL awards ceremony is gonna be
Isn't it like
before the Super Bowl.
is it before? Is it the day before? Right? It's
Yeah.
No,
Saturday?
it's gonna be Friday or so, isn't it?
Friday.
Is it Friday?
I think it actually. Hold on. NFL honors, right?
Yeah.
My brain is telling me Thursday, but hold on.
It's before the Super Bowl.
February 10th.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
Thursday.
That's Thursday. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's when the hockey game is.
Right. That's when
Yeah.
you're going to the hockey game.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I'm just reading your screen.
I know.
What is NFL honors?
What is NFL honors? How can I see NFL honors?
Okay.
Where is NFL honors?
What is? Yeah.
Oh, Keegan Michael Key is hosting.
Again.
Ooh,
That's good.
he's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
What
right.
do you got for us?
AP Most Valuable Player delivered by Pizza Hut.
I think for me, I mean, I have to go with Rodgers. I mean, if you're just looking at regular season, right? I mean,
Yep.
that
Postseason doesn't count.
that touchdown to interception ratio is insane. I mean, he
I'm on the
lit
same page.
the league on fire. I think Rodgers would be my guy. I think he's talking to his woman.
What's up? Sorry.
MVP. No, that's okay.
Who's gonna be the AP Most Valuable Player delivered by Pizza Hut?
Rodgers. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't know. I just think he's got the most, like, he's just so well known, and
I mean,
Yep.
has a lot to do with that. It's
Yeah.
about your popularity. It's to be honest.
So let's keep going.
I think if TJ Watt were to broke the sack record, you could make a good case for him as MVP, but
He'll
He'll
definitely
probably-
get defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how about the AP Coach of the Year, which doesn't have a sponsor?
Coach of the year.
This is before the playoffs started.
Oh, I would have still went with the Bengals. I'm still going with the Bengals guy.
Zach Taylor.
I mean that turnaround. I mean, I
Yeah.
understand you lost Joe Burrow to an ACL injury, but no one expected this.
Yeah.
I mean,
CJ did.
maybe a wild card playoff berth, but to win the AFC North and to,
You know.
We
have
can't
the
all be
record that he
CJ.
did, and Burrow put up the numbers that he did, and Jamar Chase, and
Hendrickson.
I really like him.
I wish the Bills would have signed him. That's why.
Yeah.
He got a really good contract. 4 years.
Yeah, I
40
remember that.
Yeah, I think
He got a steal.
I think he was one of my guys too.
Yep.
Yeah, CJ said Zach Taylor. You going with Zach Taylor too?
I was just gonna look at standings. I bet Belichick gets votes.
Oh, I bet Variable gets votes too
Yeah.
for being the 1 seed and then losing Derrick Henry and still being able to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, who came to my mind first was LaFleur,
Yeah,
and that maybe Green Bay is just gonna clean up this year, kind of thing, like the Oscars. But I mean, that was just because he's so good.
yeah.
Like his regular season record is only second best to John Madden ever.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 guys that you could realistically put there.
As Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
Arians,
I think-
who's your third guy?
Well, Zach Taylor, and
Yeah.
then we said somebody else, and then we said LaFleur. Who did we say?
Oh, you said Vrabel.
I said, yeah. I think any one of them could realistically win it.
So could Belichick, for all
Well,
we know. Yeah. AP Comeback Player of the Year.
Burrow.
That's fairly straightforward.
Burrow. You agree?
Yeah.
Comeback?
Yep.
Offensive Player of the Year presented by Microsoft Surface. This one's going to Cooper Kupp. I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot he existed for a second and really started to think about it. That I was like, oh yeah, he got the triple crown in receiving. So
Yeah. Nobody's really close to him in that one.
AP Defensive Player of the Year.
Watt. TJ.
Parsons. Oh. Okay, TJ, yeah.
I mean, to come that close to breaking a record like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you go with who had the most impact on the
hard.
teams, right? And to me, he's a big reason why they were even in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, you take TJ Watt out of Pittsburgh, and what does that do?
Minka Fitzpatrick. His backup, Watt's backup.
Name him. Yeah.
I knew it in season because he got hurt so many times.
Right.
It was on my fantasy team. Yeah. So
yeah, I'm going with TJ Watt for that one. It's just because you came that close to the sack record. Like,
yep. AP Offensive Rookie of the Year, Chase.
Yeah.
Chase. Anyone else?
I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And then Parsons.
Defense. You think it's Parsons?
I think it's Parsons. Yeah, I think Diggs just let up yards. Yeah, he had a bunch of picks, but he let up too many yards. So
we could say a Dallas player.
Yeah. It's gonna be Parsons or Diggs, but I think the better choice would be Parsons. But the flashier choice would be Diggs.
And the NFL seems to really want to promote Diggs. So
both of them.
The Bridgestone Clutch Performance Play of the Year, we can skip because I don't know what they were to vote on.
Yeah, I don't think we would know.
Performance Play of the Year.
Yeah.
Walter Payton Man of the Year. Harrison Phillips.
Yep, Harrison Phillips. Our guy.
So why does this say that Diggs was drafted in the 2020 draft?
Huh?
Like he's not a rookie?
No,
Yeah.
Trayvon Diggs is a rookie.
It says 2020 Dallas Cowboys, even on his Wikipedia.
Wow. I thought he was a rookie too.
I don't think he is.
I believe you.
Okay.
Oh.
His rookie season was especially dreadful.
That's why I'm like, what are you talking about when you threw him in there? I'm like, as far as I remember, he was bad and they didn't know if he was going to work out there. And then he had this huge year this year, but I could have been wrong. So I just looked it up.
And we're wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's Parsons.
That's why we keep ourselves here together as one.
True.
Right.
What else? We got a.
Okay, that's fine. Inspire Change Tribute presented by Procter and Gamble.
I don't even know what that means.
They're gonna give a tribute to John Madden. Inspire Change.
That's probably one of the initiatives that they're doing because of Flores.
Brian Flores will be the one who inspired change.
No. I'm saying they're going to talk about like that kind of stuff.
Well, no, I mean, this existed. It's probably some teacher or something.
Okay.
Right? Some gym teacher somewhere.
Yeah. Some teacher that drove a kid back and forth to practice every day.
Right.
Something.
Right.
The football coach that hosted the meals at his house.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't have homes to go to or something.
Right. For all the. Yeah. FedEx Air and Ground Players of the Year.
I think Josh might win that for air. Because that's not like MVP. That's just like, I don't know. That's kinda
Air and ground, I like Josh. Yep.
Huh. It says players though.
I'm assuming it's one for each, but you could make a case Josh could win
Josh
both.
could win both. That'd be
I
awesome.
wonder if it's NFC, AFC.
Maybe
He could win both AFCs.
Yeah. I'm assuming then that Taylor would win if it's just ground and just
If
air.
it's just air, I think you can make a case for Josh, and then I think for the AFC it would be Taylor. Or Taylor.
Taylor. Salute to Service Award.
Bud Light Selly of the Year.
Bud Light Selly of the Year. Courtyard Unstoppable Performance of the Year. Too bad the
Josh.
Kansas City game couldn't be
Josh
included in
week
that.
16 against the Patriots.
Huh? I don't know.
No,
probably
it's
be
good.
Lamar
It's gonna be Burrow. It's gonna be
Nice.
the Burrow game where he threw for 500 and then whatever yards.
Yeah, that's fair. NFL Fan of the Year. That was gonna be you. Maybe you weren't supposed to disclose that.
Oh, sorry, gave it away.
Still tune in, guys. Still tune in.
I'll tune in.
Yeah.
I
won't be there.
You'll be accepting from home.
Yeah. Actually, I'll have my wife do it for me.
The Deacon Jones Award, which I have no clue. Art Rooney Sportsmanship Award. We'll go to somebody nice. Somebody with a lot of tackles and no sacks. Or something. Right?
It'll go to somebody nice. It'll go to one of the nice guys in the NFL.
Okay.
To me, that could literally be anybody.
Except Alvin Kamara.
Well, this is before the playoffs. This is for the year.
This is actually a good one. The Assistant Coach of the Year. Should we just go through the coaches who were just hired?
Yeah, I think it's got to be one of them. I would think Dable
could make a case for Dennis Allen. Because when he subbed in for them, I think he was 500.
Okay.
When he had to sub in for Peyton.
Yeah. Okay. So going 500 is.
No,
I don't know.
Biscaglia.
I mean, just to be able to sub
Nathaniel
in.
Hackett. Oh, Bisaccia.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
a better one.
He went to the playoffs with them after that debacle.
After becoming interim,
from being an assistant to.
And now he's with the Packers
as their special teams guy.
That's who he was with the Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a bunch for that assistant coach too. Like you could make a case for a lot of court. Like one is Taylor's
Smith.
Guy, right? Lovie Smith. You could make a case for Leftwich in Tampa.
Bowles.
Yeah, for Bowles in Tampa too. You can make a case for Dable.
Frazier.
Definitely. Frazier,
Number one defense.
Number one, right.
Based upon the rankings that they use.
Steve Belichick.
If Steve Belichick wins Assistant Coach of the Year, I will not be a happy man.
I'm never watching again.
I'm never watching the NFL ever again. So, all right, let's wrap up and say our goodbyes for the evening.
All right, another long one.
It was a long one.
It was a long one. So we hope.
But this was more conversational.
Yeah.
A little more relaxed than usual. But it was fun. I had a good time, as always. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, with that said, if you made it all the way to the end, again, we appreciate you for doing that. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike it, whatever. Interact with us. We are on Twitter at Gameday716.
We are on YouTube.
As Gameday716 as well.
And
which
if
is
you
probably
find
what
us-
you're watching this on.
If you find us, subscribe. Because
Yeah.
if you're watching and you're not subscribed, we'll be mad at you.
Yeah. What do you say? But with that said, as always, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, wear a mask, and we'll see you next time.
Stay sunny, Buffalo.